Basilan, Mindanao. For years, Muslim extremist groups terrorized the island. They left scars on its people and scars on what it means to be Muslim. These days are coming to an end. What I've learned in my travels is the biggest hearts are found in the most faraway places. This is day 1, part 2 of Discovering Basilan. We just arrived at the Maluso fishing village here in Basilan, and we're trying to get to Langgas Island, which is a speedboat ride away. Apparently there was a problem with our original boats. We're waiting around and, well, waiting around for a slower and probably quieter boat. There's a bunch of kids here, a bunch of locals. There's hey, everyone's so friendly. It's a fish market, and let's hang out, wait for the boat. Hi. Hey! Hey, Joe! Joe, are these for eating? No. You eat? Yeah? They're good for eating?
Yeah, for eat. And
they dry them.
Man! They're like little alligators. Little alligators.
Man, my name.
Yeah?
What's name?
The name of the fish?
Oh.
In English?
English.
I think it's called a gar. A gar.
Gar.
Needle nose gar. Do they have?
Balo.
What color are their bones? What color are their bones? They're green. Yeah, it's called a needle nose gar. Yeah, blue bones, green bones. All right. Let's play. Okay, I'm warning you, I'm not very good at basketball. Did you see the fight? The Filipino-Australian fight?
These are ugly, ugly scenes right now.
That fight was crazy.
No.
These guys can jump high, man. TV right now.
Give me one sample.
It's like a motor to a scooter. All right, here we go. Ready? I miss every shot.
I'm Jordan. I'm Jordan. Yeah.
You're Jordan Michael.
I'm Jordan. Yeah. Filipinos.
Oh! Did you get that? Did you get that on camera? Did you get it on camera?
This is original.
It's original camera. Game over. Game over. Game's over. Let's see if the boat's here. Bye-bye. Langgas Island. Here we go. Okay, adventure update. We are currently adrift at sea. How many men in this boat? Too many. So many that the engine broke for a second time.
Because of a sock.
Because we hit a sock. So I don't exactly know what
The propeller.
we're doing, but I know if I lean one direction, the boat almost capsizes. So we have to stay very still, try not to get sunburnt, and if things go dire, we're gonna eat Kumar. He thinks I'm joking. Those strong rafting muscles, man.
This one?
This one, that's it. Pretty tasty stuff. Update over. I'll let you know if anything changes.
Is that it?
Yep.
Oh,
Okay, we
well,
got
it's an old bag.
we got the sock out. Let the adventure continue. So it's called the Pink Beach, and the sun is setting, which is beautiful all the time. But we can't really see how pink it is. If you look really close, maybe you can see pink dots. But all the shells here, look, this shell's pink, or I guess pink orange. This one's pink orange. There's more examples. I swear there's more examples. This one also pink. This one also pink.
Picking up, man. What is this?
Chicken, ready? It might look like a rock to any ordinary observer, but I just came from the giant clam sanctuary on Becoming Island, and I know this giant clam.
Whoa, no way! What?
I would guess
Holy
this one's probably about
smokes.
30 years old. Of course, it's only half.
Dude, we just found giant clamshells here on the beach.
You know what?
That's wild.
The traditional tribal elders of the Canadian Islands used to wear them as hats.
You're lying.
Yeah.
I'm lying. Hey, hey you!
Hey!
Hey, giant clam stealer, get back here!
I'm not gonna steal it, I'm just gonna borrow it.
We're gonna end this journey to this little island here with a little bit of education about giant clams because we found a giant clam shell. BBC presenter Mike, take it away.
I have a better topic. Let's talk about why the beach is red.
Why is the beach red?
So, do you know how sand is made?
It's by grinding down corals.
Exactly. Corals and shells. So white sandy beaches, you can only have those where there's coral and shells.
Okay.
And so it's all this basically over millions of years and waves gets pounded down into powder, and so there's lots of orange corals or pink corals or shells, turns into a pink beach.
There we go.
There's lots.
And as you can see here, to be honest,
Another one.
you hear a lot of people talking about pink beaches. This one is actually definitely,
It definitely
there
is.
is pink, yes. This is definitely, you can see it. As I walk right now, I'm just looking at cool pink. When the waves come in, you can see a clean back pink. Super cool.
All right. A little bit too short, a little bit too sweet here at Langgas Island. The pink beach was still quite pink. We had a good time, but we only had about an hour here because the boat broke down twice. So we're jumping back on the boats to get back before sunset, and I'm not sure what's in store. The whole trip's a bit of whoa, a bit of a surprise. I gotta cut it here because the engine's quite loud. Get you back on the mainland. Well, not mainland, but on Basilan. Off the boat. Don't tip the boat over. Rock the boat. Don't tip the boat over. Rock the boat. I don't rock the boat, baby. Rock the boat. I heart Maluso. I heart a dirty camera lens. Hey.
So handsome.
Nice. I'm so handsome. You're so handsome.
Oh yes. Thank you.
Hey.
Hello.
Hey guys. How are you?
I'm okay.
You okay? You okay?
Yes.
Are you playing? You playing football?
Yes.
Show me this. You climb, yeah? How does it work? How does it work? I think I meant one at a time. I've started some very dangerous King of the Castle game. This would be so illegal in Canada. How many kids break their arms doing this? Yeah! All the way to the top. Me first. Thank you. I'm here all night. I'm totally gonna tip this thing over. It's not meant. Okay, who's next? Bye! Dude,
That was awesome.
One kid asked me my name, and I was like, "It's Mike." And then now everybody knows my name.
Really?
Because he told everybody.
That's
And they're
amazing,
like, "Bye,
man.
Mike." Hey, okay, we are at the governor's guest house. He has quite a complex here for special guests when they come to Basilan. And I thought at the end of each day, since I'm not really used to doing this whole vlogging thing, day-to-day vlogging anyway, that we'd sit down, we'd talk about thoughts and feelings, we'd get deep, and we go over how the day felt. So day one has been honestly so good. If I didn't know much about the past of this place, I would never expect anything wrong, because we've been treated with just so much love and attention and just I don't even have the right words for it, because we'll show up in a spot, we'll stop the car, and then everybody will come sprinting over to say hello. The love and acceptance and appreciation is just oozing out of every crack of us being here. And even though we are traveling with 7 very heavily armed security officers, I would never expect this place to be a dangerous place. It doesn't feel that way. It feels the opposite. It feels like a place so full of love that I don't even know how to act half the time. We're taking selfies and and I learned a new word today. It's groofy. A groofy is a group selfie with a bunch of people in it. Anyway, it's hard to really understand, having not lived here, that this is a place where bad things did happen. We did speak to the security guards a bit about it, and what it seemed to be like is this. 10 years ago was the last problem with a foreign tourist. They got kidnapped. This was called the kidnapping capital of the Philippines, where these Muslim extremists were kidnapping foreigners because they wanted ransom money. And that did happened quite often, I guess, for a long time. The last instance was a decade ago. There's been very few problems since. If you're a Filipino, there's no problem coming here at all. They were targeting foreigners specifically because they knew they could get more ransom money. That reputation has stuck on, and we were speaking and they were saying that now there's maybe 50 or 40 Abu Sayyaf, which was the extremist group, living in the mountains in fear, and most of the other ones have turned themselves in. I don't know how many were in the group originally, but there's only a couple handfuls living in fear in the mountains, and all of the others have turned themselves in. And that's why now the tourism doors are starting to crack back open, and it's fine. In 10 years, again, nothing has happened towards a foreign local. So that's why we're here. We're not just recklessly running in and trying to prove something. That was actually something that someone told me. I haven't told very many people I was coming here, but I did mention it to somebody when I was traveling in Camigan, and they go, "Oh, what are you trying to prove?" And it wasn't to prove anything. One thing I've learned by traveling Mindanao with the Fighterboys and Kulas and those guys was that people just love the fact that you're here seeing a part, probably one of the most beautiful parts of the Philippines I've seen, and aren't really afraid to do so. Yeah, I've been living in Mexico City for a long time, and I feel like it's a bit of the same, where you have this giant country, this giant place, and there's a couple pockets of bad things happening, but the rest is amazing and beautiful and friendly, and why are we letting a couple little patches ruin a whole batch of eggs or apples, however you want to use the analogy? It doesn't make much sense. I always, I'm sure Kulas is the same, research very thoroughly before we go do something like that. If there's been no problems for 15 years, 10 years, then you go, you make a local contact who knows the situation a bit better than you, like I did in Mexico as well, you can have a really awesome time and stay pretty safe. However, I think it's a bit like wearing a seatbelt, in the sense that you would never recommend somebody to not wear a seatbelt, right? Of course, always wear your seatbelt, because you never exactly know. But you're probably going to be fine, but you never exactly know. And I feel like that's the reason why we have our 7 security guards with us now, is probably fine. But there has some problems, and why would you wouldn't recommend someone to come here without having security or without having local contacts, because, you know, just in case. It's probably fine, but just like a seatbelt, just in case. So I'm gonna wrap that one up right now. Wrap this wrap up right now. We're gonna head to bed. We have an early start tomorrow morning, and I just want to say I'm super excited and super impressed and my heart is just overflowing with the happiness and love that we're getting here on day 1 in Basilan. Hope you enjoyed the first day's vlog. Tomorrow should be just as good, or who knows, maybe even better. Good night, guys. Experiences over possessions, and I'll see you in the morning. Good night. Next time on Discovering Basilan, I learn a new way to open a coconut. We discover one of the most unique waterfalls I've ever seen. And somehow, I find myself eating beetle meat again.
I feel awake. I feel good.
Yeah.
My mouth is a waterfall.
You tell the world, Mike.
Look how orange it's getting.